people waiting for us. How amazing is that? Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
It is amazing. So I'm Kat the Nurse Flipper. If you don't know, I'm joined by my co-host Julian Bearded Thrift, who's been here well over a year now. So hopefully you guys know who we are. We are joined by Clara, who is below me. She is one of the co-founders of ListPerfectly, and she was a reseller for a long time before that. So that's why I'm super happy to have her here on the panel with us. And Susan is VintageVagabondVends, and her mom might pop in too to help her answer some questions. So we might get a special guest. So I am going to let these ladies introduce themselves, and I think there's already at least 15 questions in the chat. Definitely get your questions in early. Last week, I only think we made it to questions that were put in before 8:30 because there were so many. So here is Miss Clara to introduce herself to you guys.
Oh, thank you, Kat. And thank you for having me here. I am so honored to be invited because I want to share more about my reselling journey. Yes, I am Clara Albornoz, the co-founder and co-CEO of ListPerfectly, a solution that helps you list, cross-post, and manage your inventory to 11 different platforms. But prior to that, I was a reselling just like yourself, and I did that for 13 years, and I specialize in vintage clothing mainly. I did resell everything, even cars, and where my experience comes is that as a reseller, we were able to create ListPerfectly out of desperation because I was diagnosed very early with deformative arthritis.
Perfect. Here is Miss Susan.
Oh boy, how am I supposed to follow that up? She's great. I am Susan from Triple V, VintageVagabondVends. I am a part-time reseller. I'm still learning a lot of things, but I'm here to, help you all. I do this with my family. I do have a full-time job, so I do this part-time, but a lot of what I love to do is my live sales. And I do it on YouTube, and I'm branching out to other platforms as well. So it's really phenomenal. So hope I can answer everybody's questions.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Susan. My internet is going wonky.
No, you're good.
Of course. Julian, you cursed me, asking if it was storming here. Now it's raining.
Oh yeah, it's bad here.
To top my day off. I've had an insane day. It will probably come up at some point. All right. So everybody's links are down in the description. If you guys are not subscribed to these ladies, Diana came in early and beat Richard and Duncan, which is impressive because those two normally have the first one. And Diana's just asking if you can have local pickup and shipping on an eBay listing.
Shall I go? What do I do?
Yeah.
All right. I love it because we were just talking today about shipping today because one of the plans of ListPerfectly covers shipping. So we're just talking about local pickup, and yes, you can have local pickup. And I don't know if you can have it concurrently. That's the part
you
I'm
can.
not sure. Oh,
you
yes.
Can.
But I'm sure you can have local pick. And we're just reviewing today. We were just talking back in the day. There were no way to verify when there was local pickup. And now there is like a QR code that buyers have to scan and then to certify they received the merchandise. So that was very interesting.
Yeah. I think that answered it. Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think Claire got that one. Julian, do you want to put my expression super chat up there for me?
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Sorry for hiding Clara and Susan. So Richard sent me a $50 super chat. He is kicking this off, guys. All super chats and buy me a coffee tonight are going to two young girls just up the road from my house, a semi truck. Will you take it down real quick, Julian? I feel bad blocking them. A semi truck ran into a stop school bus going 75 miles an hour, and two young girls were critically hurt, a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old. So all of my super chats tonight, starting with Richard, $50. So Richard, thank you, are going to go to the school on Friday. I'm going to stop and bring them a check. They have no GoFundMe. We're in the country, there's no GoFundMe. the PTO is distributing all of the funds out to the girls' family. So everything I get tonight, buy me a coffee, super chat, anything, I am going to pass on to, it's Yankeetown School in Levy County where I live. I hear my voice. I can't imagine what these girls' parents are going through. So everything will go to them tonight.
All right, Kat, I would
That's
like to
awesome.
say that anything that you collect today, at least perfectly, will match it.
Oh, thank you so much, Clara.
Are you
Thank
kidding
you. I
me?
appreciate it. I have chills. Can you see? Look.
You gave me chills. Are you kidding me? Thank you for doing
I
that.
can't
for this
imagine.
family.
Richard has the link if you guys want to see. It's horrible. I'm going to tell you. He put a graphic warning there. There's a dash cam from the semi truck. But the girls, I will tell you, the girls were both upgraded from critical to serious. So they are making improvement. Both girls are doing well. Nobody was killed, thank the Lord. The other 3 children are out of the hospital. So the school will distribute all funds between them. So I see another one, and then I'll give Richard and the second one a dolphin. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate it. Here's your dolphins, and I appreciate it. I like using my voice when I can to help my local community. My best friend's house burned down a year ago, and you guys were like so generous to her. She's a reseller, and she's not even on YouTube. And it that just my heart is like, you guys didn't even know her and reached out. So here's a dolphin for Richard and for Jill. Super cute. I see another one. I think, yes, Deborah says, so painful to hear. It is. I am just so happy. I really expected to see there would be casualties, and there were not. So again, thank the Lord there are no casualties. I will probably do group dolphins tonight. I expect probably more super chats than we normally get. So Miss Deborah, I will get you. I need to write it down so I know names. I need to write it down, and then I'll remember. And my dogs have decided
I
to be
do that all
outside.
the time, I swear.
I know. I have my notepads. My dogs are barking outside of the shed. Miss Diana has another question. Can you use eBay International for, thank you, Julian. I see a lot of them. We'll do group super chats. Diana wants to know, can you use eBay International for one listing and then global shipping on another? And does something need to be turned on for that?
Do I go first?
You're first.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
everything.
I didn't know. I am so sorry. Okay, perfect.
all
As
about
far as I knew, okay, even if you have, because I'm not sure, remind me these, please, Julie and everybody, you know, I'm not, literally we have the accounts for testing now, so I'm not a super active seller. So as far as I knew, that will depend if you have a store or you don't have an eBay store, because I believe you can create policies. And when you have policies, you can easily switch between calculated shipping and global shipping. Depends on how you feel, that you feel maybe you trust that country or you don't trust that country. That's where that's what I used to do. I used global shipping in the beginning when I wasn't sure about myself where I was shipping or learning. And then I started to ship on my own with USPS. And then does something needs to be turned on somewhere, and what? That I think it will depend if that eBay person has a store or not, or correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you do have to turn the option on. It's been so long since I've turned it on. I think there's somewhere you do have to turn it on, and I can I'll go ahead and grab it. Like when I do my listings, I choose, do I want standard international or do I want global? And I use both. I don't ship directly to other countries still. So my limit for that is $50 and less. I do standard international because it's cheaper for the buyer. And if it's over $50, I do global shipping because it gives you more protection for it. So Susan, do you do both, or do you prefer one or the other?
I mean, basically you have to turn it on for where you want it. So, I mean, a lot of what I do personally, I mean, I like to do my live sales, but yes, when it comes to eBay, it's something that you have to, we do the international sales, but yes, if you want to do the global shipping, that's something you do have to turn on as well.
Yep. I agree with all that.
All right, here comes Mr. Duncan. Some people say they are scared of losing health insurance if they quit their job to do reselling. If you're full-time, what do you do to cover your insurance?
Kat, that's you. That's
Susan,
so
what do
you.
you?
I am
What are
you. Literally, I use you as an example. Every time someone comes to my group,
What
and
did
they're
Kat do?
like,
Well, I did
am
what I did
scared.
because of Julian. Julian gave me the idea that
Oh.
it would be so cheap. Susan, what do you use if you're full time?
So right now I'm full-time. I mean, I'm not full-time reselling. I have a full-time job. I do this
Okay,
part-time.
so you're doing that. Okay.
Yeah, I am working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Just as you did, Kat. So it is coming. I'm hoping.
And I buy it through the marketplace I think mine's actually Molina or Blue Cross Blue Shield. But since now that Kayla and I just got married, once you do the marketplace, that's only for if you don't have another option. Like now I have an option to get on her insurance, and you have to switch over to the other person's insurance, and that's how that works. So I will be switching over to her insurance like in the next week or so or something like that. Kat, you have a ton of super chats. Do you want
Yeah,
me to
I know.
ton of them.
start
I'm
running through them?
I'll answer this for me. So I became less scared because Julian told me his was so low through the marketplace. So I looked on marketplace. I saw my credit, which is actually $1,600, quite a bit. And then I called Blue Cross and Blue Shield directly in Florida. So the rep went through the plans. I told her what I wanted. So my policy without the marketplace credit, which everybody gets, they go off your income, your family size. It is different for different states. But if you know the main insurance company in your state, you can call them directly and they'll apply the marketplace credit. So I got all of it done directly through Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And I'm only paying $368 a month. So it would have been about a $2,000 policy without the credit. $368 a month for no deductibles. It's the copay plan, dental, life insurance, it's everything. And my daughter actually had to go to the doctor last week, and I'm like, tell me, does it work? And it worked. It worked. So I'm happy to say that.
Can I say that's better than mine?
It's cheaper than I was paying at work. It's cheaper than I was paying at work.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm so scared about this for so long for absolutely no reason. No reason. Now I have better. I did say at my dentist, I got my teeth cleaned today and they don't take the new dental. And I was like, I'll just pay. I'll figure it out for my next cleaning. I'll just pay. And that was my fault for not checking before. All right, Julian, I think let's click through everybody so I can thank everybody. And then I'll give a group super chat. I have Deborah on my list already. And thank you all so much. So LaDon Miller gave $10. Thank you so much. Valerie, $19.99. Thank you as well. I really appreciate this, guys. I think it's going to mean a lot. Like I said, we're a very, very rural community. And it's typically lower income. I'm not going to assume, I don't know with these kids, but I think anything will help, especially with medical and, just the stress of the parents too, being out of work. Miss Marcia. Julie, thank you. I'm getting chills again.
I am too.
You guys, thank you. Seriously. Hanford Finding, so sorry. Thoughts and prayers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Cheryl Shiny Squirrel, $10. Both my daughters take the bus. It's scary. I'm not letting Dalton ride the bus. He loves buses. I'm going to be that parent. Thrift Genie, $9.99. Thank you. Carol, Harvey Butterfly.
Kat. I feel the same. So
I'm like, you can look at the bus. We're not. Maybe field trips. I'll ride with him on the bus. Rebecca, $2. Thank you. Mr. Mark, OGNZ, $10 super chat. Thank you. PJ Miller, $10. Thank you so much. Cami, $10. Thank you. Guys are amazing. My chills are gonna not go away. And Treasures Abound, $10 as well. Prayers for the girls. Miss Katrina, yes, they are definitely making improvements from the updated news articles I read. So that is good. Miss Pame, $2. Yes, Healing Thoughts, definitely for sure. And if they ask where it came from, I will tell them and they can come watch all of these comments and know where everything came from. Ms. Sandy sent $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right. Is that the end for Group Dolphin?
No, we got a few more coming in.
Oh, Tiffany sent $20.
Beautiful.
You guys are amazing. You guys
are.
Scott, Cha-ching King. Yes, as a former school superintendent and parent, that's where my heart goes when I hear these, is like, if that was my kid, like, it's scary. It's so scary. Thrifting and Crafting with Kim, thanks for all you do. I binge watch you guys while I list on my eBay and I've learned so much. My prayers go out. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Miss Danielle, hoping the girls will be okay. From everything I've read, they are progressing and will be okay. I think they said they were having major surgeries on their legs, both of them. Hopefully all efforts. I hope it will. I hope it will. And if anybody's watching this playback, anything that comes to me through Friday, if you let me know, if it's buy me a coffee, just tell me in it and I will add that to the check that I write them on Friday. Camille's Creative Thrift, $10. Prayers to everyone. Thank you so much. May I dolphin? I'm going to dolphin real quick and remember where we're at. Thank you guys all so much. Here is your dolphin. Super cute. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I see Courtney. Courtney, the next round, I think. Save her.
I'll save Courtney.
Listen, I got to say really quick, since Courtney's bringing to mind, Clara and Courtney did a video on vintage clothing, and Clara gave like amazing knowledge about really high priced vintage clothing. So you guys have been liking my high dollar videos for jewelry. That video on Bolo Buddy's channel with Clara and Courtney is absolutely amazing. I watched it during the premiere. It's a great video. All right.
Thank you.
Duncan wants to know eBay tips.
Duncan's not allowed to know.
Listen, every time. We'll grab 2 questions and they're both Duncan's, and then we will hit another round of super chats. You guys are amazing. I see them rolling in. Thank you so much. So just one eBay tip, Clara, that you would give for like new sellers.
Oh, new sellers. Oh, that's it. I was going to go to listing optimization. That's one that I would give to seasoned sellers. But for an eBay new seller, I would say to someone that is new, keep it simple, okay? Whatever you're listing, okay, whether it's a remote or anything, keep those keywords, okay, on the title, and the way you're listing and selecting the content of your listing, the colors, the brand, everything. Keep it simple. Don't go on a tangent of trying to be like a description of a manufacturer, okay? That's already out there on the internet. Give it your own twist, of maybe, how you present it. Think it, what makes your store different from other sellers, and figure out what works for you.
Yes. Susan?
I have to agree with her. I mean, she's right on point.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot. By the time it gets to me,
really
we're like,
does.
yeah, what they
have to, if you're coming into it new, you have, like, I'm still fresh with this. So like my mom teaches me a lot. She's been doing it for many, many years. So you have to keep it simple. And a lot of what I do anymore is, as you guys, some of you know, maybe not most, but I do a lot of live sales now, and I'm going on to other platforms. That's what I really like to do. I have a huge sales background. That's just me.
Wow.
And I like to, involve myself one-on-one with people, interact. That's how I like to do it. eBay is great, but yes, if you're first coming into this, you want to keep it simple. Then you can go a little bit broader. That's so you were right on point with that. Definitely.
I usually say start in your home and sell stuff around the house, but I'm say change it up today. I want to go ahead and say be organized, because if you've been watching my Instagram, I've been organizing my golf clubs, and they have just been crazy. Just it's been a mess. So when you start with a good system that you can rely on, and then just make it, size that system up, because it's been more than a mess in my house in like 3 days. It's a lot. It's a lot. So organization key to start off with.
Yeah, and that's something I'm going to be doing when I come back from camp. I've had to like put everything away. That's definitely something I'm going to be doing. I would say also make sure you're being consistent about it, and don't get down if you're not getting sales quick, because it took me to 500 listings to get them. Some people, if you have really popular like video games or vintage shirts or something, you might have a faster sell-through rate. But if you are like, I like the vintage one-offs, and some of them it takes a year to find the right buyer. So don't get impatient or disappointed, because it really is easy to do that, guys. It really is. All right, one more Duncan question, and then we'll start a round of super chats. I see a bunch of them up there, starting with Courtney. Now Julian knows how I feel. You're gonna have to save and scroll on the question.
Oh yeah, I haven't moved my chat at all.
He's on top of it.
Julian helps me so much. Duncan wants to know, is high shipping cost hurting sales? And he suspects USPS to keep raising postage costs. Would it make sense to use alternative carriers?
That's a great question. So high shipping costs hurting your sales? I don't think so. Okay. We are all transitioning right now as a society from switching from purchasing person to e-commerce. And this is massive. Okay. So all of us as buyers are understanding and empathetic, okay, of maybe not accepting voluntary, but we're empathetic that there is higher cost of shipping, okay, and that's understandable as a buyer, right? So I suggest, okay, I like USPS. I use 60% of my sales were international. I shipped on my own with a third-party shipping service equivalent to Pirate Ship. Is called Ordero, and I would ship on my own with USPS. But sometimes I had to use FedEx, whether it was Russia or Germany or DHL. And it's about finding the best deal if it is especially an oversized package. But if it is something that is not oversized, I would say always, USPS is going to be your best call. That's just my perspective. Other sellers prefer other shipping carriers.
Susan's
I guess
like,
it's my turn. Yeah, I don't think it's really hurting. I mean, to be honest with you, the way everything's changing, a lot of people are purchasing online. Even to go to a local store, a lot of times you walk into the store, you can't purchase it. You're going to have to buy it. So, and you're going to have to do it online. So you're paying shipping cost. Yes, exactly. It. So if you really want the item, you're going to pay shipping. Unfortunately, I don't see it really hurting that much. We're all adapting through all these changes that are happening. And it's awful. It kind of stinks how much shipping prices have gone up, but we're all adapting to it.
Yeah, the only time I would say that it's hurting me is because I'm going through my golf club. So, that surcharge is hitting that pretty hard. Switch over to FedEx, UPS. It's only going to be about $5 more. But the thing that's hurting me and what I'm doing is I'm pulling out where before I could sell a $10 golf club, and on the East Coast, it would only be $9 to ship, $9.50. Now it's going to be $15 or more, even through FedEx or UPS. So that $10 golf club, to be honest with you, it's still only worth $10, and it's only going to be worth $19. And it's really, even with inflation or whatever, it's still not worth nobody's, because it's not a high-end golf club. Now my high-end golf clubs still are selling. Nobody cares that it's going to be an extra $5 to ship or $6 to ship, because they want that golf club and it's a really good one. My lower ones, where they can probably pick it up locally if they look around their area a little bit longer, then I think I am actually pulling a lot of those out there. Anything that is a $10 to $12 golf club, I'm basically eliminating from my store. And that's what I've been doing in the last 3 days. So, and it prompted
bulk it.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap them up and put them on Facebook Marketplace for sale for
there
super
you
cheap.
go.
Yes.
Or we scrap metal, and they're all made of metal. So we always keep our metal and scrap it. And I'm already in the good. I'm not losing money or any of those things like that. But But no, that's the only part that I would say, and it's very specific to that item that I'm seeing.
Yeah, and I'm going to say kind of along the same line. So I think with your rare and one-off and vintage and higher end, that clientele is not going to care. But if you have cheaper items that are now being $20 to ship. So I did eBay store reviews. There were a lot of things that were $20 to ship that were like $10 and $15 items. So I'm kind of with Julian on that. I think if it is a priority item over £1, I'm probably going to want to see $20 or more. If it's first class, I think you're probably still okay with those, $10, $15 items. And my Harley pens, those are 3 ounces. Brooches are 3 ounces. So a lot of it's not going to affect because it's the lower level, but especially the bigger stuff that's going to get the surcharges. And that's where also going to FedEx and UPS for those bigger things, it's going to be cheaper. I want to say at this point, More Income used his 20-month special, and I can't highlight it in StreamYard, and I hate it, but I see it in the chat.
And
I see it he too. Said $518 raised so far, and that was before quite a few other super chats come in. So let's roll through them, Julian, starting with Courtney, and you guys are amazing. We're like, it's like a telethon.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Courtney, here go the chills again. Like they go away, and then I'm like,
this is
Tam Cart, $5 super sticker with really cute puppies. Thank you so much.
So much love.
Miss Dale, for the kids. Love you, my good. I love you too, Dale. Dale, you're my bestie. Miss Delane Kittle, thank you so much. $10 super chat. Jimmy, $10. Thanks for the ticket. Congrats on 2K, Jimmy. Jimmy made it to 2K after our live show last week. So congrats to you. Miss Cindy Taylor, $50 super chat. Prayers for all. Thank you so much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Miss Vicky, $9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Fab to find a lot. I know a lot of you are my members and we're in my members live. I'm seeing a lot of familiar names. Miss Vicky, and then it was Fab to find. Did Vicky send 2? I think she might have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Vicky. Yep. Double.
Back to back, $9.99.
Wow.
I appreciate that. And then Snowberry Vintage with her pretty little Fenton ruffled vase there, sending love and prayers. Thank you so much. And John, More Income, which is who tallied our total for us. Thank you. Sent a $10 super chat. And Java the Cat, $10 super chat. Thank you for what you're doing tonight, Cat. P.S. Your Death Pile Destruction group on Facebook gives me daily motivation. I am so glad that community has grown by leaps and bounds and tons of support and just amazing, community there for sure. Carla R, $111. Carla, thank you so much.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Carla, amazing.
Thank you so much.
We'll match it.
Yes, that's not cry is what my goal. Kathy Barnett sent $10. Thank you so much. And then Bruce Hall sent a $10 one. Thank you so much, Bruce. Greatly appreciate it. Mr. Christopher, I buy chit. Here to show support for these great live shows. $49.99. Thank you. Isn't his name great? Isn't it great?
It cracks me up every time I hear it. Every time.
I'm sorry. I love this image. I'm sorry. I love this.
Miss Anita sent $10. Thank you so much, Miss Anita. All right. Dolphin time?
Dolphin time. Definitely
Thank you guys
time.
all so much. And again, all of my super chats and buy me a coffees will all go to Yankeetown School, to the girls' families who are hurt. Here you go. Super chat. All right. So I know, Clara, if you don't have active listings, Susan, do you have listings on eBay or not really right now?
No, there's active listings. I do a lot of the live sales, though. Mama Sue handles the active listing.
So Dee Dee wants to know, do most of your listings have watchers Or what would you feel, and Clara, you could probably answer this from history of knowing, what do you feel a normal percentage of listings like have watchers?
Well, I do differently. I don't do the delist and relist marathon. Okay. So I optimize my listings. So what I did is when they don't have watchers, I would tweak it and optimize it until they have watchers. So I would say when I had 4,000 active listings at my max capacity was 5,000 listings, I would say 60% of my listings to 70% have watchers.
Yep.
And then the views, okay, don't also go for watchers, okay, also go by views, okay, or I can't remember that, do they call it views still in eBay, or impressions? It's views, I think. That's another, if you're getting too many views and you're not getting watchers, that is something going on that listing. Oh, we lost Kat for a little.
Kat, are you still
You didn't
there?
lose me.
He's having some
I'm
weather
here.
issues. Yeah, I think about
Yeah.
it's about
Can you
60%.
see me now?
You're about right on that.
You're frozen.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right.
I can hear her. She's just frozen.
Yeah.
That's because she's got
Hold
the
on,
weather
maybe if
going
I
on
just-
right now.
And she's gone.
Am I back?
She'll be right back.
Am I back?
You're black screen.
Back in black.
Okay. I'm gonna have to close it. And then I'll come back.
Okay.
Julian, you answer the watchers, and I hopefully will be back right after that.
I got you.
Now I gotta go like this. Wait, this way.
Yeah. I would say that mine's probably the exact same thing. I don't really pay too much attention until I'm starting to really go through my listings. And I would say I mostly do the watchers when I'm doing auctions to make sure that like I'm getting what I'm wanting to on my auctions. Because I do about I think I listed 10 auctions today, or maybe 7. So it's going to be I just getting back into doing those. But I would say that it's right on. Probably 60% would have some sort of watcher. And then if they get too many watchers or too many views, I agree. Something's wrong there. It should have already sold. If it's got like 20 watchers and 2,000 views, it's a good item, but something's wrong with your listing. It's either too high, the shipping's wrong, something's going on there. So if you have a ton of watchers and a ton of views and it hasn't sold, I would definitely just take a look at the, there could be something just really small wrong with the listing, why it's not selling.
Right.
Yeah, most times I would say it's probably price in that case.
Too.
Just in my experience. I do want to tell you guys, I just lost an hour worth of questions. So if you put questions early with the weather and me having to close, I lost them. So you'll have to put them back in. I'm sorry, guys. Most of mine do, but because of my social media presence, I have like 4,000 followers on my store. So I think a lot of mine is viewers that are watching to see if I sell it or what I sell. And also, like I don't pay attention to watchers. I don't think that's something that's overly important unless it's been sitting a long time, like Julian was saying. So if it's been sitting a long time and you see tons of watchers, tons of views, and it's still there, like I said, I think most times it's gonna be price. Sorry, guys, I got your questions in early. I skipped an hour. Pame is next. Do you ever require signature for high dollar items? This is a good question for Clara. Clara did a lot of high dollar clothing.
Yes, and yes. Okay. And when you do international, there is no way to do it. Okay. But you tell them that you did it. Okay. Unless you do FedEx. Okay. Which FedEx is going to be like an arm and a leg. Okay. So, and I would put, I even had like a customized sticker, which I said signature required, confirm, or something like that. Okay. And it's just a sticker. It's just the perception for the buyer, especially if you're selling to Russia, or any country that is going to be like a long journey for the package. And in addition to that, it's going to be like many different ports of entry to arrive to the destination. And if it is domestic, okay, it's really easy with USPS. Anything I would do personally, but this is just me, anything above $500, I would get signature confirmation. And unless I felt super secure about the feedback, you look at everything depends. Sometimes it could be $200 and it's a new buyer. You bet I will put that signature confirmation. I sold to everybody, even to people that had no feedback.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much for me, I do over $200 signature. Anything over 200.
I don't sell a lot of high-end stuff, like upwards of that, but I have had a couple sales over $500, and I know when it was going through the shipping thing and stuff, I still had it on there. Anything over, I was right at $500 too. That's usually, I've only sold like literally, I think 3 things over $500, but each one of them were well insured and at least something was signed. I don't know, but I clicked the button to have them sign it.
Well, you got a lot of high-end golf clubs, do you not?
No, it's very rare that I'll get
come
a like a golf club. Like a set might go over. Actually, the 3 things I'm talking about are actually all golf sets. But other than that, it's usually a high-end golf club. Usually on my scale goes for like 150. That's pretty good for one golf club.
Oh, it is.
For me, yeah. So it's, but no, I would say that I've only sold like 3 things over $500.
So I'm glad to know international doesn't have it. Clara, thank you for telling me that.
Yeah.
Get this.
That's good to know. I have only done it if eBay required it. And I think eBay's requirement is $700 or more. I believe that is eBay's required point. I don't think it's 500, but my really high dollars that I've sold so far, so I've sold a few $3,000 pieces, they all went via U-ship and they were hand delivered. So from person to person, I knew from the driver. Well, the last one I delivered in Washington, D.C. hand. And honestly, now that I'm just doing this, if it was within like 8 to 10 hours and it was a $3,000 item, I think I'd take a road trip. I only have a couple of $3,000 items left. But if it was on the East Coast, I think I'd be driving and hand deliver it because it's so much profit. And I can go on a thrifting road trip, which I love to do. So,
right.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Richard put his question back in, and he wanted to know. So this is specifically for Clara as far as List Perfectly. And we talked about this last week, Clara. So he wants to know if List Perfectly could add a feature for sellers so they could increase the price. So like a lot of us, our eBay price is one thing, and we increase it by 20% for Poshmark. I increase my listings 30% for Etsy. So are you guys thinking of a way that we could say, okay, we want our price 30% higher on Etsy, 20% higher on Poshmark? Look, she's so excited. Okay, go.
Go. I love it. Okay, so tonight, it's right now being, I know Amanda's about like, no, okay, but
Amanda can come in with you. She can come sit by you.
Yes, I'm going like this one,
you're
taking
gonna
a point at me.
you know, you gotta have no, she's hiding there coding, okay?
Bring her in.
Okay. So the thing is that tonight we're gonna release the new beta version that is gonna allow us.
I'm gonna make you big. I'm gonna make you big.
Thank you so much. Oh, I feel okay. So hot nip drop flips, okay? I know. Okay, let's get this together. Okay, hold on. Let's get this. Oop. There she is.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
There
you're
we go.
perfect.
Now you have them both.
You're perfect. So tonight we're gonna release a new beta version. Oh, not tonight. Well, depending when Google approves it. Okay, should be tonight or tomorrow.
Let me
Okay.
qualify all of this. So yes, we have an update button released. We're waiting on Google approval.
And can we elaborate on that? Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. So the update button is going to allow you to make updates from the LP catalog. So it's really going to be whatever you change in the LP catalog. The cool thing is you can optionally just change your price or your title or your images or your description. You can pick what you want to update. Now, to the specific question, can you update by 30%, this and that? This update button is going to pave the way for us to make these future feature requests. And we know it's necessary. It's coming.
Oh, thank you, Mandy.
Yep.
I want to know. Oh, listen, my internet's being wonky. I want to know too. I know you talked about it on Courtney, so I know it's not a super secret. Do we have a timeline for automation of removing sold listings from other platforms?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for us, the timeline is ASAP.
Okay.
As soon
But
as we possibly
still,
can.
wait.
But
Are we still?
we're taking steps.
Okay.
So we're getting there step by step. So we're almost ready to release the first step.
Okay, please,
And-
would you say a little, tease us a little with the first step?
The first step is for us to be able to automatically gather your sold information. So when something sells on a marketplace, we have to be able to go and get it and store it in LP.
Now,
That's step one.
Now, when it sells, you tell us perfectly it's sold, and then you enter your final value price, right? Now, Mandy is coding LP to do that first step automatically by LP.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and we're getting there. We're getting there. It's it's definitely, all these things are coming, and we're so excited.
Thank you for
Yeah,
asking.
and they'll be
What
a game
is wrong?
changer.
Yeah.
That's Richard. That's like my right-hand man right there, him and Mark. He is definitely a big help to me.
Thank you, Richard.
I see this. I'm going to assume somebody answered. I just want to say again, last week, a few miles from my house, a school bus did not see a stop, or a semi truck did not see a school bus that was stopped, completely stopped, dropping kids off. 2 kids got off. The semi hit the school bus 75 miles an hour. 2 young girls were critically injured, a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old. So I am putting all of my super chats, all of my coffees, anything I get tonight. I'm going to go to the school Friday and write a check. They do not have a GoFundMe. We're very rural here. So I'm going to go in person. I'm getting my chills again. I'm going to go in person and write a check to the school. And Clara said she would match the super chats, which is absolutely amazing. That's amazing.
What we do. That's what we do. We were resellers, and we're part of a community, and we're here to help each other. When we're honored that you are doing this for other people. Thank you, Kat. We're honored to support what you do.
Yeah, I have not done it much. I don't. It's hard, guys. It's hard, and I get emails, but I don't want to over abuse that. I want to do stuff that hits home for me, like my friend's house burning down. These girls live miles down the road from me. So I do not do this very often, and it's when it's hitting close to the heart. All right, Julian's putting them up. We're going to hit another round. First Stop and Shop, Kathy sent $20. Thank you so much. Hanford Findings. Yeah, so John Moore had updated it. He says he thinks we can hit $1,000. I don't know where we're at. I haven't scrolled down. Hanford Findings sent $9.99. Yes, $1,000 would be amazing. Picking the 603, $25. Yes, for sure. God was with those girls. God was with those girls. Brandy Hall, $25. Glad to be able to help. Thank you so much. Miss Dory, $10. The reselling community has helped me so much financially. Blessing to the girls. Get well soon. Thank you, Dory. You guys are amazing. Laura Spies, $20. Have to add a super chat for the kids. Great panel tonight. Thank you so much, Laura. Yay! We'll get 1,000.
Wow. All right, let's make it to 1,000. So we match it up, and then they get 2,000. Oh,
yes, that would be amazing.
More, or hopefully more.
Yes, amazing. All right. Sandy says, I have 6 pairs of Levi's the same size. Do I need to list them individually?
Levi Pro here. Oh my God. Biggie, yellow, orange tab. Okay, anything. This is the teacher here.
Well, I mean, it really depends on if they're pre-owned. Are they brand new with the tag still attached? Do you want to lot them up? So I would list them individually, because they probably, if they're pre-owned, they have different wash patterns, they have different photos, they have, maybe even different models. Even if they're the exact same, it's still a unique pair if they've been pre-owned. If they're with tags and you still have that's a different story.
Yeah, because if you bundle those vintage Levi's jeans or whatever it is, let's say khakis or whatever it is, okay, most probably you're going to be selling to another reseller. It's whatever you want to think that you want to do. Are you going to be selling to another reseller, or are you going to be selling to an end consumer that is actually going to frame it or buy it or use it to use it?
I think I'm going to let them take that, because I don't think any of the rest of us are on the close. Patty, and this is for you ladies, how do you remove backgrounds from your pictures on List Perfectly? I told him bring the List Perfectly questions.
All right. Well, we made it really easy. First of all, it's a Pro Plan feature. And the reason is that we actually pay, we give you a credit. If you're a Pro Plan member, we're actually paying for your photo room background removals, but we include it in your Pro Plan membership. No additional fees. There's no add-ons. You just get the Pro Plan. And then there's a little button when you upload your images. You're going to have either the ability to bulk.
Can you
in
do it
bulk.
with the phone when you upload? Can you do
With
it with
the
the
phone.
laptop?
Yes.
With the desktop? With the
Any
tablet?
device, with your phone. And you can do it in bulk or individually, one by one, with your phone, with your desktop, however you like to upload your photos into LP.
And is it like
good
one
to know.
button? So it's powered by Photo Room, English. Do you leave List Perfectly?
No,
Okay.
it's part of the List Perfectly listing flow. So you would have to go to edit your listing and you'll see the image options there.
And how many images do you get with that, with the Pro Plan?
1,500 a month. They cycle every month.
And how much is extra?
0.
Thank you.
Perfect. Denise, I wanted to say, it was brought to my attention. You said you wish you can donate. Guys, just being here in the community, it will go from all of us. If you can't afford it, please do not feel bad. Do not feel bad at all. Everybody's here. We're one big community. It will come from all of us, whether you are personally putting something in or not. I'm just happy to have the platform to be able to do something like this and help them. So if you can't, please don't feel bad. Please don't feel bad. Jan Good, and I'm interested to hear what everybody says, because I think this will be different to all of us. What makes an item a bolo?
All right. What makes an item a bolo be on the lookout is something that at this very moment, today, all right, and at this time in the present, is something that is actually that you're going to be making a high margin of profit, or something that maybe if you bundle, okay, they will tell you there, okay, how you want to sell this product, and then you just inform. There is groups like Bolo Buddies by Courtney Hayes. There is, for example, there is also posts in your death pile distraction group, even in List Perfectly group, there is like what is selling hot, so it's just understanding that it's just for this current period. Be careful with bolos from last year.
Yeah, they change constantly. Are you muted, or can I just not hear you?
She's muted.
You're muted.
I am muted.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got muted there. I'm sorry. I don't know. To be honest, for me, bolos, I watch all, I'm always looking. I watch the videos, what everybody's interested in. But when I'm out and about and sourcing, I'm looking and I'm like, wow, this item's hot. How can I sell it? Yeah. So I portray the features that are hot. So I don't know. It's the salesperson in me. I've had that in my background for many, many years. I heard you say about cars before. I used to sell cars. I'm not even kidding. So, I look at things and I'm like, man, with the society today and what people are looking for, this I can sell, and I can highlight the features and sell it.
I love what you're saying, because you're focusing on what makes that's what makes you successful, because you're doing what's best for your audience, your store, and you're not focusing what others are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Mine would be because I use that a lot in my YouTube videos and even like my Instagram feeds and all that. And everybody's like, that's not a bolo. I said, whoa. If it sells online, right? Because there's a lot of items that do not sell online. There's a lot of items that will never sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I say, it's just be on the lookout for this Samsung combo unit because it sells for $30. I'm not saying it's a huge money maker. I'm just saying that it is better than maybe like the Emerson combo unit or something like that. So that's where I come into that, is be on the lookout for, a pen fishing reel 113H, because it sells better than the 113. You can get like $10 more for it. So I use it.
These highlighted features.
You use it liberally.
Yeah, I use it very liberally. I'm always. Nice. I was the police before, so I was always looking for something. I was always looking around for everything.
Yeah, yeah, and I use it liberally as well because I think it can mean, like Clara said, like the higher dollar items, which those might not sell fast, but you would still want to watch because it's a really, really big profit. And then there's lower dollar bolos that sell fast. So there's different, be on the lookout for them. For me, it's either it's selling fast or it's a big profit. So again, like my Harley pins are selling like crazy, like $10, $10, $10. Well, guess what? I paid $1 each and got 600. That's a $6,000 profit. So yeah, they're only $10, but like overall, it's going to be a $6,000 profit. So for me, I like buying the lots, even if they're lower. Brad was like, I wish they were selling for more. And then he's like, but I guess hundreds at $10. And I'm like, that's the point. And I said, how easy are those to ship? You put them in a box in a poly and off they, and he's like, yeah, because we had like 7 go out today and shipping was like, and then I think 7 more sold on Facebook right after my mom cross posted them. So Facebook has been hot for the Harley pins today. Today's the first day my mom got them over there. So there, and my Harley shirts have always sold very, very well on Facebook, faster than eBay too. Miss Cheryl, I'm asking this one since I lost it. Okay, this is one of the ones when I lost my chat from my lovely weather. If my sister and I were going in together for Worth Point, could we both have access? If you're in the same house and using the same computer, then I would say yes. If it's 2 different households, I'm going to say it's probably against their terms of service. But like for me on my computers, like if my mom was using it to look something up or my husband, like it's all kind of the same household, then I would think it would be okay. But if you're not, then no. Miss Carolyn, what would you do if a buyer claims he was double charged for an item? They have very low feedback and waited 2 days to pay. I'm going to assume this is on eBay because that's our main platform we talk about. So
I am thinking this could be a website, okay? Because this is a common issue with websites, but I didn't know this happens on eBay. Did you ever get this one on eBay? Never. I did get it on my website.
I'm thinking it might be a scam if it is eBay because eBay's payment system.
No.
And yeah, I don't think it's possible if it is eBay. So you would need to tell them they would need to contact eBay. So don't go like refund them and then you're sending them the item free. Like don't do that. Don't do that for sure. All right. Miss Cheryl, what is better to choose on eBay payment preferences? Immediate pay or just regular eBay? This might get different answers too. And I know like if you're not on it, so you can choose to make them pay immediately or they can pay, they have up to 4 days by eBay policy. But I will tell you, if you accept an offer, except for a few people who are in beta, that negates your immediate payment required on eBay. So unless you're in a special beta. So like everybody, I guess we can say like, if for our buy it now price, do we choose to require immediate payment or do we give them a few days?
Oh, I always like immediate payment. I always like it. If you're committed to buy, because at the same time, you got to understand there is other sellers out there. You don't know who's doing this. It must be another seller has the same item and he wants to sell it faster than you. You know, it's a very competitive arena. You got to think like that. Okay. When I realized of that, I was like, oh, it's not a buyer. I was like, oh no, I'm the only one with this product right now on eBay. And then you lose that, they make you lose and then you have to release it. You know how it is. And then you got to wait for eBay, you know, to authorize it. I know. So I would say just to avoid that, I would say just immediate payments. But like you said, Kat, everybody's going to have a different answer. I just wanted to make sure people understand if you're going to commit to a purchase, you need to pay now. And if you don't have the money, you know how they are like, oh, can you give me a week? Or can I send you payment? Or can I send you a PayPal right now for $14.95 and then the rest on, you know, in 90 days? You know, it's like, no, you know, so sorry, I got to pay bills. You know, I've like, you know, when I buy inventory, I cannot, you know, make, you know, a payment now and then 90 days later pay the outstanding.
Yeah, and I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. So like if it is buy it now, it's definitely immediate pay. If we have auctions, we usually will do the regular payments because we do combine for the auctions as well. So we do give that option.
Yeah.
I like my money right away.
Don't we
Instant
all?
money.
I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in different. I'm gonna come in different because I like to be different. I do not require immediate payment on anything, and that's because probably 75% of my sales are the best offers, and it negates it anyway. So for me, I don't choose it. Just because, like I said, the majority of my sales are offers. And the combined shipping on eBay, if you have require immediate payment, they can't combine and you can't invoice them because they have to pay item by item.
Oh, wow.
So, and I don't get a ton of combined, but now with these Harley pins and having a lot of like the same genre of stuff, I am seeing a lot of people buying multiple items. I would opt in, I feel like, and I've not been invited to beta, but I would opt into the one where like if they make an offer, the funds will be frozen, so like they're locked in like an equity account, and then you get them when you accept that offer. Just that's how ListPerfectly. That's how Poshmark does it. That's how Facebook does it. Like when you accept their offer, that platform already has their funds in hand. So I would love to see that from eBay. Or like Poshmark has the bundle. I would love to see eBay let people put stuff in a cart, send you an offer on all of it. You accept, the funds are locked. I know they have some beta. Again, I'm not in that. But eBay does cancel at 5 days now. I want you guys to know this because I had somebody message me and they had like 1,000 feedback, said something came up, they can't pay until like next week. And I said, well, eBay's policy, it's going to automatically cancel 5 days, which is true. So it's not on the seller anymore, which I like. Past that 5-day mark, you're like, well, it's going to get canceled by eBay, which is what's going to happen. And they're going to get a non-paid bidder strike. And personally, I know a lot of other sellers, I do not allow people with non-paid items to purchase from me. So they're blocked. So once that non-paid bidder goes in, they won't be able to offer for me again. Or I have made exceptions when people have messaged me and said, I really want this. They went out of their way. I've made an exception and they have all paid that were blocked because of that. So I know things do happen. But overall, I don't want them. All right. Julian says it's a super chat round again. Save here first, $10. Thank you so much. The Upcycled Shed sent $15. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you so much. And I'm like I said, I'm really honored to be able to have this platform to do this for these girls. Laura's Summer Kitchen sent $10. Prayers for the girls, and thank you, Pat, for your channel. You are very, very welcome, and thank you for donating to the girls. All right, dolphin time. I'm trying not to over dolphin you guys tonight. All right.
I like the dolphins.
Dolphin.
Like
All right,
it.
Here you go.
Super chat.
This is kind of a tricky question, and I'm putting it up here because I'm going to tell you guys I have ran into this in auction lots, and I'm going to be honest when it comes my turn. Are there instances when you remove a new tag, it's the value of the item like it was a craft or something from the Dollar Tree?
Yes. Yes. Especially sometimes if it is maybe, let's say you bought a lot or something.
Am I frozen?
You're fine. You came back.
You're back.
You're back. You're
Okay.
back.
Okay. Sorry.
So I would say it goes case by case because you could be buying something that was like, let's say 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And then it's a beautiful product, but has like a 99-cent blowout sale, clearance tag, typical, the orange one. And, it's all about perception value. We all want to know we got that deal, that one of a kind. So I think in that case, if you think that that's hurting the perceived value of your item, you should totally remove that tag because it's hurting you. And at the same time, again, you want to focus on reselling. If you don't change that, someone else will buy it for you and then remove that tag and then resell it, to a final buyer.
Yeah. She's
So
like,
mo-
everybody watches my auctions. I'm not answering this question.
No, I mean, most of the items that I do are vintage. So they 9 times out of 10 don't have tags on them. So
Would you like, so if it's vintage, just because you're doing mostly vintage, and I get this too, if it has that original price, but that price is 15 years old, are you going to take it off?
no, I'm going to leave it on.
Oh, no. No. That means, yeah, dead stalker. We
I
can't.
know, and I do as well. All right,
Yeah,
Julian.
I mean, it's kind of
She-
like a two-way
she feels
road
stuck.
there.
Kat, you're frozen again.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, some of the times, like if it's like an older store that has, the amount that it was worth back then, sometimes it makes it more valuable. But it's kind of like that. It's that gamble. Does it make it worth more or does it not? So
Exactly.
it depends. I guess it really depends on how well it looks. But a majority of the time, the tags are staying on for those because we do vintage items mainly.
Hey, Susan, have you ever done one? Have you ever done the A/B test, like listing in eBay, with the tag and then on Etsy without the tag and see which one does better?
No, but I should, right?
Do it. Let's see. I love doing that one.
I should test that.
Yes, try it.
I know it's been freezing. Brad came in to tell me the internet was misbehaving.
Are you having that bad weather?
No, I doubt he would have walked out here in the
Okay.
rain. He just said that. Okay, Julian, sorry.
I find this mostly on clothing that I would take it off. Like unless it's like a vintage shirt or something like that, then no. But like blowout prices or something like that, and I might pick it up at a yard. Because that actually just happened, and I picked it up at a yard. So I guess they bought it somewhere. Yada yada yada. They were like $1, and I'm listing them for more than $1. Not vintage. They're newer clothing and stuff like that. They're brand new, but there's a sticker on the actual sticker that if you take that sticker off, the blowout price, the other one's $70. So I'm showing the $70 because I'm only selling it for $12. Getting the deal.
Yeah.
Not to let
and
that
I
dollar
do the
on.
same with
Well,
the clearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, I've had a couple of like general Dollar Tree vases that I got in lots that I thought were amazing. And then I flip it over and I'm like, I take those off. But like vintage original price stickers, like if it was $1.99 20 years ago, I leave that on. I think that adds to the value.
That's
So
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, your vintage stuff, I would leave it on. Newer, unless, like Julian said, I would take off a clearance, but I wouldn't take off, like if you have $70 under your dollar clearance, then leave the 70 if you can. Yeah, leave it if you can. I'm going to jump in and answer this, and then I'll let Clara talk. It says for Clara, but I want to answer how I do it. So Cheryl wants to know, does ListPerfectly allow you to set different prices for each platform for the same item? I know some buyers on certain platforms are willing to pay up. So when you cross post, it does copy over the price, but you can override that. So like my mom's instructions are for Etsy times 1.3. So 30% markup. I'm not making her do it on Posh just because I figure one platform price changing is enough. So I think that's why Richard was asking if maybe in the future we could set, like, I want my price 20% higher for this platform or whatever. So I'll let you ladies. So I will tell you, yes, you're just manually having to override the price.
And yes, right now at the moment, Cheryl, you would see that, for example, the Pro Plan allows you to send different titles to different marketplaces. So what we're going to do in the future is the same concept, allow you to send different prices to different marketplaces. But because we're not pushing listings automatically to marketplaces, and we stop ListPerfectly at the marketplace, and you human are the one publishing, that's your cue, okay, to adjust pricing. And then you could add it to notes at the moment, but it's coming and we can't wait. We understand the importance. So in the LP catalog, when you save listings on LP, you could have, listed in Poshmark, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, let's say, and then we're going to have in the future the prices right next to there, to the marketplace.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, so you'd know what it was. Yeah, for
know.
sure. And I wanna ask you, because I think like legally by these platforms terms of service, we do have to be the one to hit submit. Just so that's the main reason it's not fully automated. Is that correct?
That is
Yeah.
correct. We stop it right there. If you can see, there's many cross-posting solutions right now. And that's the thing with ListPerfectly. We're more than a cross-posting solution. But the thing is to stay in compliance. It's the relationship you build with these marketplaces and be able to sit down with their legal teams, okay? Because they're tough, okay? And, and make sure we are in perfect compliance so you can keep working at your space, at your routine, in your way, and never be worried about getting an account suspended or maybe, any kind of repercussion for using an automated bot or something that is not using yourself, because these platforms require yourself. Imagine Poshmark or Mercari, this platform requiring yourself, the human, to be the one that publishes.
Yeah, but beyond that, I mean, don't you want your listing to look the best? And that's what Clara and I always think about. When you're doing this to sell the item, not just to push it everywhere that you possibly can. So when you actually list on the marketplace, you're seeing what that listing is going to look like to your buyer, and you're able to fill in all the specific fields on that marketplace and make sure it looks its best. And you're going to be that much more guaranteed to make a sale.
Yeah, and that makes sense. So like a lot of the automated bots are against terms of service, so you could lose your accounts on these platforms if it was a fully automated thing. I'm gonna grab this question, and then I see a couple of pretty super chats up there that we'll get after this. This is coming from Facebook, so all of you watching on Facebook, thank you. Robin is wondering if ListPerfectly will have the option of using live video. I know eBay has rolled it out. So are you guys working on allowing us to, and Etsy has live video as well. Not live video, but
Poshmark.
videos.
Everybody's going to that direction. Video is the future. Susan, when I heard that you were selling live sales, okay, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I did not know that about you. That is the future. I am so excited, and we're looking forward. Yes, we will be supporting videos. Thank you for asking, Robin.
Awesome.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. All right, Julian, hit it. Mr. Glenn. Mr. Glenn has been around my channel since I had like hundreds of subscribers. Thank you so much, Swamp Picker, for $10. I like your picture too. All right, John over at More Income, who has also been around my channel since the beginning, currently at 900 raised. With this super chat, 100 to go to reach 1K. You guys are amazing. And then I see another one. So this means we're only $30 away from raising $1,000 for these girls, and Clara is going to match it. So $2,000 to these girls and their families. Heidi Hose, which I said I loved her name last week. I think she was up last week too. Always a great show. Here's our little contribution. Heidi, John, and Glenn, thank you so much. Here is your dog.
Super chat.
And now I see Cheryl scratch my question. Sorry, Cheryl, but maybe other people wanted to hear. I think this is another question I'm going to throw at Clara after watching her video with Courtney. Raining Retro, North Carolina. Vintage clothing tends to run small. How do you avoid returns from people who ignore your measurement pics?
All right. You can't prevent returns, okay? Because it didn't fit, okay? What you can do, all you can do to control this, okay, is to provide a listing that has the measurements. So when this return or this person tries to return it as an item not as described, okay, they will be able to open the case. They have to return the item, but they will not win the case because it's not your fault that the tax is small and you provided measurements. So I would recommend on item condition, if you were using ListPerfectly, we have, for example, in condition, you can put like new, new, good, excellent, distress, or whatever. And then you can put a disclaimer saying vintage sizes run small. Please be sure to check the measurements we provide for the right fit. And then in that way, for example, if you have List Perfectly, we are one of our partners is Sizely. Sizely, what it does is they help you to convert the measurements on a graphic that is provided as one of the pictures, so your buyers can see the measurements, let's say, and they have templates, whether it's an object or clothing, furniture, jewelry, you name it, and then they put it, you choose the template, and then you can put one of the pictures will be the measurements of the item. That's something that I really recommend. Size.ly, or you can go to listperfectly.com and learn more about Sizely. It's at the bottom.
See, I didn't even know that. I'm learning tonight. I didn't even know
awesome.
that. That is good to know.
Yeah, so visualize, they hit visualize, okay, the measurements on one image. So that's it. So now you have it. When you're getting disputes, the person that is going to be reviewing the dispute is going to be reviewing that you have the measurements included in text on the body of your listing, and also you're going to have it on one image showing the visualization of these measurements, so they cannot make no mistakes, because that's how they're going to try to flip it on you. Oh, I thought that, let's say, chest was bust, or whatever, and it was circumference, and they start with those, excuses, just to say it was your fault.
All right. I put up my lens, and my internet is definitely being wonky. I'm trying to switch to my phone, and it's not letting me. What'd you say, Susan?
Don't worry, we can hear you, Kat, so well. Don't stress so much about it, because we can hear you really well.
Am I breaking in and out at all?
Susan, you too.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Am I being? Susan,
I am.
Maybe it's me, okay? But I think, Susan, you too, okay?
All right, let me leave. I'm going to leave and come back in, just to be on the safe side.
Oh, wait. I can, Julian, read that to them, and I'm going to switch my internet.
Gotcha. Not a question, but a reminder. New quarter this month, so new $25 eBay shipping supply coupon is available. That is amazing. It's so hard to find, though. They should make it easier to find. But other than that.
Yes. Yeah,
perfect.
Looking good,
yeah. Pat. Looking good.
Crisp,
yes.
Looking crisp.
I switched to my phone internet now, but my phone, I didn't notice, is at 15%. So I just plugged it in. So hopefully it will last.
Yes.
Miss Michelle is asking for List Perfectly, would it be possible to upload from drafts on eBay? I don't know the answer to that. Can you upload from drafts on eBay?
No, because drafts. Okay, well, do you mean import drafts to List Perfectly? I'm wondering.
I think that's what she means.
All right, we would not be able, because drafts don't have an item number yet. So we need you to take those listings into as an active listing, so then we can import it. But don't forget, List Perfectly has also drafts.
Yeah, so you could create the listing. And so like me, and I think I've said this before, I'm an eBay lister. So all of my listings, I like doing sell similar. So I don't use that feature on List Perfectly, but my system now is to import. Soon as it's on eBay, it goes into the List Perfectly catalog before it goes out. But yeah, so you would need the item number in order to copy it in, but you could start in List Perfectly and keep your drafts in List Perfectly before you put them out, but you would be starting from scratch. But they can keep templates, right, for List Perfectly if they're selling a lot of same items.
I'm gonna say something that is gonna blow your mind. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I love it. What if
are you talking about the auto import? I heard you talking about on Courtney's. Something else?
What you were talking. No, related to what you just said. What if I tell you, you could do a listing on List Perfectly out of a template, right? And then you can upload that listing to a sell similar listing on eBay and do a super high power optimized listing.
Oh, and merge it. So I could just put like my information.
Yes, it's just
you can do that now.
Yes, it's a setting. So send a message please send a message. Contact us. Clara told me I can do this. Show me how. Okay, contact us on List Perfectly. Clara told me that.
How do we not know all this stuff?
because I don't, it's our fault. I gotta do more content. That we don't have a sales team. We don't do digital marketing. We're the only service not having that. So my content on my YouTube, okay, is very, let's say, poor and primitive. So, we're focused on listening to you guys instead of trying to, we're happy. We love sales. We're doing good, but we're more focused right now on gathering information from you guys and building the right LP version more than focusing on getting new customers. Not that we don't want it, okay? But that's why we don't have sales and we have you, Kat, and we support you guys because you guys, we depend on you. That's it.
We're the ones using it, and I'm going to put this up because I think it's perfect timing. You might be selling me on List Perfectly. Right now, I use Vindu. I hope my super sticker came across. I'm happy to hear. I love them. I've been using them over 2 years. That was not the goal of this. I'm sure Richard and Mark have been I have my code, the Nurse Flipper, for 30% off. I'm going to throw it out there because that's what I do. But I think the biggest thing for me was to show you guys, like, behind the face of List Perfectly is somebody who was a reseller for a very long time. And that was like the main thing for me. And I know Amanda's not in there now, but we are going to have Clara and Amanda on separately as our two guests in a future show. So that will be coming up as well. Just so you guys can see, that it's resellers. It's people like you and me that know like what we need. They're listening to us. If there is a tweak, it's normally fixed pretty fast. You can, just update your version. And I've noticed lately, tell me if this is right. Is it updating automatically? Because I get an update button and like I haven't had to erase and refresh. Is that right?
It's always been like that. Okay. There is versions that we force on you. We just force it on you. So after we test the beta version, we just force the current version on you. But what we have been doing that you might be like, what's going on? Is just, it's being faster. It's implemented faster. Everything is being I don't know if you notice, uploading images is going faster. Switching versions is faster. Removing and installing, everything's being streamlined right now.
Yeah. Does anybody know the answer to this? Because I know several people have had this happen. So GSP refunded her $395, said they could not complete shipping of her auction item to Hong Kong. They also refunded the buyer. So what's happening to the item? Was it like confiscated? Who knows? Anyone? I don't know.
Can I see that question again, please? Yeah, because I did have that happen to me, and it was not Hong Kong. It started with M, the country that we did. Malaysia. Thank you, Malaysia. And the reason they refunded me, it was the legal department contacted me and they realized that somehow, the buyer did something fraudulent and that here's my money back. But I think that I don't know what eBay does with the item. It did call my attention. But I believe they cannot even get a hold of this person because it goes literally at the financial part. They're doing a chargeback with their credit cards and so forth.
Yeah, and I do not know. Julian, did you have that happen?
I did, but I don't know what happened to the item. I have no idea.
It just doesn't come back and everybody gets their money.
I got refunded, they got refunded, and the item is gone. And then
Richard is correct, guys. Prayers are definitely also appreciated. In addition to the super chats, these girls are going to need them. Richard sent $50. I think Richard's put us over the top of the $1,000 raised, which is amazing. I want to say, guys, too, Mark, if you're there, will you drop Richard's channel link? Richard hit 1,000 subscribers, and he's doing. He might kill me for this, but he's doing a giveaway. He's doing some of my merch, some of Julian's merch, and some of Commonwealth Pickers merch for his 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And the video came out today. So go watch Richard's video. Birdie Vintage, $10. Thank you, Kat, for all you do. You are so welcome. Thank you. Woo! The update, 1,029.96 raised. The reselling community is the best community on the internet. We don't have to stop. We have 40
Yes.
more minutes. I feel like we're a telethon. I've got chills again. Chills again. Joanne J sent $9.99 and said prayers. Thank you so much.
I love it.
Too many hobbies. That's me. Thanks to Kat and her friends for all they do for the reselling community. Death Pile Destruction has been a great support. I wish I could be in there more, guys. I'm not able to go in that group as much as I would like to. Unfortunately, I have too many hobbies. Too many hobbies. You know. All right. Michelle sent $10. Blessings and prayers for all. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And Kate Bax, $19.99, sending good thoughts to the children involved in their families. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Am I dolphin time?
I think it's dolphin time.
Yes.
It is dolphin time. Thank you all so much, and to all of you who have donated tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a name for the dolphin?
No, you can name him. They've tried to name him, but I don't think we ever decided on a name for him. Okay, Clara, think of a name. I'll let you name the dolphin.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Here's
I like
Charlie
Charlie.
the dolphin.
Charlie the
We'll
dolphin.
take Charlie. Here's Charlie.
Super chat.
Yeah, Charlie fits.
And just like that, the dolphin has a name.
Charlie.
Sunshine Diana, a few miles away from my house last week, a semi going 75 miles an hour plowed into the back of a school bus. 2 girls were critically injured. They are getting better. No fatalities. So every super chat I get tonight, I am donating to the school. The school is allocating it to the children's families through their PTO, their parent-teacher organization. And Clara, below me from List Perfectly, has agreed to match everything is donated tonight. Will be doubled to go to the girls and their families.
Love you, girls.
That is what is going on. I'm super happy to be able to. If we're not using this platform for good and to help, then why are we here? You know,
That's true.
If you have the ability to do it, I think you should do it. Vicky, I'm going to grab this one. How do I combine shipping if I sell 2 items to one person? So if they have not paid, you have the option to send an invoice and you can discount the shipping at that point. If they have paid, do not refund them until you ship it, because it takes it out of your shipping list because it thinks like, oh, the purchase is canceled. So if they have paid, you ship it. And then after it's shipped, you go in and send them a refund. Do not refund the whole difference, guys. Do not forget, eBay takes 10% of your shipping fees.
Smart.
If you paid for a box and bubble wrap, keep your money for your costs and don't refund it all. Betty's asking about the beta. I think is she asking me? I think she's asking me maybe the eBay beta. Some people in eBay are in beta, where if a buyer sends them an offer, the buyer has to secure the funds before the seller sees the offer. So I think it's actually buyers in beta. So maybe I've just not got those buyers sending me offers. Miss Margaret, I have not seen her in a while. Texas Gal Treasures is in the house. Margaret has a new really cute puppy I see over on Instagram if you guys aren't following her. Jeremy says ebaymag.com is partnered with eBay to post listings to 8 separate international eBay platforms. Wow. Does List Perfectly plan on integrating with eBay Mag or offering a similar service? So what eBay Mag is doing is translating all that. So is there going to be a way to integrate that into List Perfectly? They're hitting you. I told them bring the questions.
Well, we're going one step at a time, okay? So when it comes to going internationally, okay, we have not thought yet of eBay Mag. Have you thought about eBay Mag, Mandy?
No, but we can
okay.
look into it.
We will look doing it wrong, okay? I love it. I think you're doing it very, very right, okay? Because we have not looked into eBay Mag. What we're doing, okay, is going, because eBay Canada, for example, it has a whole different currency, different management. The same goes with eBay UK and you name it, okay? So we were going, right now, we're expanding first to Canada. But now that you brought this up, I'm looking forward to research on it. Thank you so much.
Perfect. All right. How do you say that? Who knows? I don't want to mispronounce your name.
Oh,
See?
okay. I would say
Okay.
Tui. I would say Tui. I don't know.
Fun.
I don't know. I'm
Sorry
allowed
if
to
we
mispronounce
butchered
your
your
name.
Too fun.
What websites are good for reselling vintage and antique jewelry?
Great question. In the old days, could be just eBay and Etsy, okay? But nowadays, it's incredible when it comes to reselling vintage. I've seen an uptick in Poshmark, go figure, okay? And it's not going. You can sell like champion sweatshirts that I could not move on on eBay, or I could move in like, let's say 30, 50, $60. And I'm talking about just a plain champion sweatshirt with just a little C here on the cuff, and the reverse weave, and no print on the front and the back. I'm talking about, now it goes like 50 or sometimes even $70 in Poshmark. And for me, that was mind blowing. There is other other platforms also that you should be doing. I highly recommend you. I use my store is the Clothing Vault. You can go and see it. You can see how I'm integrated with Pinterest. If you're doing Etsy, you must do Pinterest. That's going to really, for me, really express fast track my sales. And then Instagram, I recommend also, if your store or your branding is, let's say, vintage oriented, unless you're selling like a melange of modern and vintage, that would be a little harder for your branding. But also having your website, I would recommend. And then there is more platforms now open to vintage, but I don't see other ones giving you such a good return of investment like the ones I mentioned.
I guess I'm up. I don't even know how to top that because you just basically said it all, but that's why List Perfectly works.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you, Susan.
You're
But what would
welcome.
you
I
say,
mean,
you know?
obviously it works on all the platforms through the List Perfectly, but I obviously I've been doing it on YouTube because I do my live sales. I'm going to be gearing out to Whatnot coming up. So I did get, I'll be going on to that.
I
So
heard
that's
that.
exciting.
I heard
so
that
I'm
through the
branching out.
grapevine.
I heard about
Huh?
that. Yes.
Yes.
Julian doesn't sell jewelry. For me, mine has sold best on eBay. eBay has still sold the best for me. I am having a live sale. Do you see my bag of vintage jewelry? I also, so that's the advantage to being on social media. I am having a live sale tomorrow on Yvonne Thrifty Rich's channel. So if you build up your following, you can do live sales on Instagram. I don't do that. But that way you lose the fees is the nice thing. You're not paying fees. And Susan likes the interaction with her customers. So I'm more like, here's this thing. And like, that's all I got. I'm not like a Vanna White. I'm not very good at like Vanna Whiting it. But for me, I like all of my high dollar crab brooches that sold for hundreds into $1,000 all sold on eBay. So, and my videos with all the high dollar jewelry have all been eBay sales that I'm doing that everybody has loved. Those are all eBay sales. I'm going to grab one more question from Richard, and then we'll do another round of super chats. Richard says, where do you see reselling going in the next 5 to 10 years? And you can't say using List Perfectly.
Oh, no, not at all. No. And I love this question. I do see growing reselling. I do see growing exponentially, and it's nice to see that. I love it. I love this part because it's nice to see that investors were wrong. They thought that what we did was niche. They always called us niche. But if we know now, if you go around, all of us know at least one person that sells online. Every American, no, that's not niche. So I am telling, right? So I was exhausted. Oh, that's just niche. Go and resell pre-owned things. Oh, poor thing. She's selling pre-owned things. So now on Nip Drop Flips, there is
Richard.
I'm sorry, Richard.
That's easier. That's easier than his name.
Right.
So Richard, there is incredible research that now for first time, this was the first year that people like you or me were buying pre-owned, okay, goods to give as a gift to other people. That's unprecedented. Unprecedented. So imagine this is just the beginning. You imagine where we're going to be in 5 to 10 years. E-commerce is going to be like everybody will be doing e-commerce as a side gig, and everybody will be doing transactions, okay? And video will be king. Like Susan is doing right now, those video online live sales. That's the future. That is the future. And marketplaces will become more niche. Like, you know how it's becoming right now, even though let's say the Real bought Tradesy, okay, and the Real is, guys, it's like big, like eBay on Europe, okay, but still these marketplaces will become more niche. Like, you know, like Depop is niche for their products, and like 90s, right? I'm sorry, Vestiaire Collective. I'm so sorry. The Real. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much,
I
Mandy.
don't know any of this. I'm not up to date on all of this.
Okay, I'm so sorry. You know, I said the Real. That's because I was talking today that someone was selling the Real. And, but that's the thing, you know, I do see e-commerce exploding and marketplaces getting more niche and competing with them. And what I see best, Richard, is that now we're switching from that mentality. Let's support all the buyers and let's forget about the sellers. Now marketplaces are like, wait a second, we need to support the sellers. And did you see that switch lately? 13 years ago when I started, guys, there was eBay wouldn't listen to us. I have to call them literally 3 times to complain and get my money back sometimes, you know, for cases, because it was very supporting at that time of just the buyers. And that's a change. And I'm excited about what's happening on e-commerce.
Susan frozen. Why do I see
I
frozen
know
Susan?
it's this way and I always stop. I mean, honestly, I see it just with the change and
Am I
everything.
frozen?
It is.
Can you guys
going
hear
to-
me?
Yes,
No, you're good.
Frozen.
Yeah,
You're
you're good.
perfect.
I'm like,
I'm okay too, right?
Yes, you're
Yeah,
perfect.
you're
I was
Susan.
frozen before. So
No,
I
you're
see a
perfect.
lot of it changing online. I mean, I personally, I like purchasing online, but if it comes to clothing, I'm not going to lie. I need to go into a store. I need to go to try it on. But unfortunately, we don't have that opportunity anymore. A lot of the stores are closing down. So you have to rely on purchasing online. So I do it. But if it doesn't fit, I got to return it somewhere. So it is what it is. You just, you know, we're all chameleons. We all have to adapt. So, and that's just the way the world is. So I'm adjusting. I'm doing it online. I like selling online. I like to be able to show you so you could visually see it. And that's, I mean, that's the difference. Like I'm actually physically showing you, and movement wise, you can see
Yes.
yeah.
That's the future.
Yes.
That's the future. I
Mhm.
love it. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you, Susan.
I think it's going to explode even more. It's a huge thing that it did change between like giving a used gift for like, say, anything, birthday, Christmas. That's gigantic because that would be like unheard of like 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You would get like a used.
Insulting. It was
My
insulting.
son,
It was insulting. Yeah, it would be insulting. Like,
Yes.
oh, you got me something
Right.
used. Now it's like, sweet. This thing is like,
my
you know,
son wants certain things, and I have to tell him I got to find it used. They don't sell them brand new anymore. And he's like, okay, mom, do what you
Yeah.
got to do. Let's go out. Let's go find it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
agree.
think
It's gonna get
same
huge,
thing.
bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's becoming more accepted and like vintage is becoming cooler. I think like eBay probably, I'm hoping eBay will get on board pulling in the younger buyers because it definitely is mainly the older crowd on eBay. Like my niece, when she came to work for me, didn't even know what eBay was. And I think there's a lot of the younger generation that doesn't. So I think they need to push it out. I think the other platforms are doing well. Like I see ListPerfectly all over the TV. I don't use Mercari anymore, but I see their ads. And I think eBay needs to kind of step up their game to try and pull in the younger crowd to not. And I'm not on like eBay's dying. I don't believe that at all. But I think they definitely need to like start hopefully pushing out at least on, you know, social media and stuff like that to pull in the younger crowd for sure. All right, let me grab this. Oh, never mind. We will do this. And then I have a statement from Glenn I want to put up. Miss Renee said it's hard to hear about the crash. We lost our son a few years ago in a car crash, only 2 weeks. And I know, Renee, that was over in Ocala. That was not far from me either. And she said, thank you for doing this for them. Renee, thank you for all your support. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And thank you for donating for sure. And Miss Brigitte is one of my best customers at my live sales. I have to tell you guys, she like loves all the stuff. So she's at $19.99. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that very, very much. All right. Are we ready?
I was getting up.
Wow.
Here's our total.
That's our last.
$1,119.91. John, thank you for keeping track. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So here is Charlie. Now I can say here's Charlie.
Super chat.
Thank you, guys. So Glenn said, would it be better to give to the individuals versus the school because of rules and red tape? I can look because the girls' names were in the article. So I might be able to see, and the bus driver's name also was. So that might be possible to maybe see if I can find them. I agree with that. As of right now, the only thing I have is the PTO option. It's a tiny town. It's so tiny. It's not my town. It's the next town over. They only have one school, guys. There's not like elementary, middle, high. It's one school. So it's like tiny, but I can definitely look into that since I have till Friday to see if I can find them. Honestly, if I could, I would feel better to do that. Julian, can you grab questions? I have got a call on the mansion I have got to take.
Yes, let's find some questions. I totally don't see any right now. Here's one. I don't know if anybody does this. How do we use Instagram to resell?
Great question. So Katrina, you got to understand Instagram was born, okay, to be a platform that was not directly designed to be a marketplace or a place where you would acquire products or services and you could check out on Instagram itself. Now, however, okay, you can use, there is ways that you can, for example, there is a checkout now, there is Instagram business pages, okay, in which you can have a checkout cart. You know, there is, for example, if you don't have a business page, there is software, third-party software that you can install, and then you can make those purchases through the comments, okay, and then you can link it, and then the transaction gets through the comments and so forth. But my favorite part, okay, to use Instagram to resell is to use it to promote your brand, okay? Instead of focusing on, let's see how much money I can sell on Instagram, I would use it at this moment. This is just my perception, okay? And I can see Susan agreeing with me, and that gives me peace, okay? Because I can tell nothing much has changed, okay? The algorithm keeps the same pretty much on Instagram, just favoring more maybe videos. But what you wanna do is carry the brand of your branding message, okay? What's your mission? What's your vision? Show the video, okay? Before shipping, cover yourself. This is what I did. Before shipping an expensive item, you can make a video of how you're shipping it. And then if something happens, you have the video already in social media, okay? And double whammy, you get exposure of that you did, and then you're also protecting yourself. That's one way. The other way is with ListPerfectly, for example, you can cross-post your listings from eBay or any other of the platforms. You can take them to Instagram. And in that way, you can also promote those listings on Instagram. And you can do a melange of your branding message with listings of your product.
Right. I don't even know what else to say on that because, I completely agree. I would promote the item, though. I mean, you can really highlight the features. If you're trying to sell it, you can do a video of it, highlighting those features of what is absolutely gorgeous, what you think really highlights that item that you're trying to sell. Right.
Yeah, selling on Instagram, I use that as Instagram totally different than like the resell because I don't think of it as like a reselling platform because there is a way to do it, but it's kind of convoluted, like you just said. There's like
It is.
there's a lot going on there. Then you can get into the PayPal thing, but I use that to grow just my like me on social media. Like I use like YouTube as like sourcing videos, and then Instagram is more personal. I show you pictures of like what I'm doing that day. I'm showing you pictures of like clips before I put out my YouTube videos, so you know kind of what I picked up and stuff, and kind of little teasers on that. I show a lot more personality on my Instagram than I do on my YouTube. My YouTube is like kind of like strict about sourcing.
Right.
And I do like that's what you're getting. You're getting a yard sale video or Goodwill video. That's it.
Highlight the features on the Instagram is
right.
what you
So,
really want to promote is the features, what you're showing.
And I've had sellers like or buyers on Instagram. They message me and they say, "Hey, I would like this. I saw this like on here. How do I buy it?" And I usually I can redirect them to eBay. We can do PayPal. There's ways to do that, or you can buy it straight through Instagram, which is I've never done that, but I think it's harder than or easier than I think. But no, I don't really use it for that. But you definitely can. I know people that do. But if you just continue like putting information out on Instagram, you actually get sales from Instagram because you're just putting out tons. I don't know what Cherish is, but well, ListPerfectly integrating. I don't know.
Oh, yes. Okay. It's very highly required. Cherish is another marketplace. It's the reason that I heard, that people like it is because it has a very low fees. I can't remember. Do you remember what Cherish specializes in?
I think like
Decor, yes, it was like home decor, like when you have for example decorators or architects or anything, and then they're reselling whatever stuff they have for open houses and stuff like that. So that I believe is Cherish, and yes, it's very high ranked on our
higher end designers, right?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna tell you guys now my ridiculousness. My hair is crazy that I've been dealing with all day, and why I had to take that phone call. So my first Nurse Flipper educational camp is Friday. It is a 14-bedroom mansion. We have at least 14 cars coming. And today I learned somebody drove by that lives close, and they said, "Kat, there's no parking there." And I'm like, "What?" So I called and they tell me, "Yes, you get 5 cars." And I'm like, "Oh crap, I have 25 people coming from all over the country and no place to park their cars." So that was the property manager for the mansion. And he just told me, "Kat, I will find somewhere you can park their cars. Just come, don't worry about it," which makes me feel like but I wanted to call and warn everybody, like, you might not be able to put your car at the mansion. So I spent all day on the phone, and it's funny because nobody expected me to call them. They're like, "I was just watching you and now you're calling me." So I spent all day playing phone tag with everybody coming to camp. And it's still kind of the same situation. We might have to park a few blocks away and then we'll drive people back, but it will be in our neighborhood, which is nice. We thought we might have to go to the Target or the Walmart and drop cars off, but they are working on it. That's why I wanted to make sure I took that phone call. So he said once I get there, he will show me some hidey holes in the neighborhood that we can drop cars off. So now I can.
Good.
Yay! I'm so excited for this event for you, Kat. I'm so excited.
I'm excited and nervous, of course, because it's the first one. So, and everybody today was amazing. And to those of you that agreed to Uber for me, again, thank you. I told them on the phone, "You were my best friend. I love you." So several people are Ubering instead of renting a car to help out, because we're still going to have to find places for these cars, but absolutely amazing. I don't think you got this one. I'm still up top. Here's another question for Miss Clara. Is there a ListPerfectly app, and how do I use it on my phone? I can't seem to figure it out.
Very easy. Do me a favor, Julian. Open any browser, in your phone, tablet, iPhone or Android, and then just simply type listperfectly.com, log in, and that's it. You're in. No need to download the application. So what it is ListPerfectly.
Is that new?
Always had it from day one. Always. Go right now. Always had it. Always.
Now I
There's
gotta look.
videos about it. So List Perfectly, this is the part. Well, again, we don't have a sales team, so you can hear all over all other services. List Perfectly doesn't have an app. List Perfectly doesn't have an app. It's like a broken record. Yes, we do. List Perfect is a desktop application that is mobile friendly. The only thing you can do is cross post. Right now, everybody has a solution of cross posting to eBay and Etsy. Resolve. Nobody can figure it out right now how to cross post to Poshmark market. They keep promising that stuff, okay? They're still not able to do it, okay? So we are more interested on the List Perfectly mobile version for you because we're looking at technology differently. So what we want you to do with List Perfectly mobile is manage your images, upload. You can even take pictures with the List Perfectly mobile version, okay, and upload. You can manage templates, analytics. You can be sourcing, and you can see, your whole List Perfectly catalog and see how much you sold it for. Will show you the analytics, how much you sold it in the past, how many you sold for. You can do manage listings. You can edit listings. The only thing you can even you can even delist from the phone. Did you know?
Okay.
You go to your
I
app,
didn't know
you
that.
see the icons that are active showing you where the listing is. You go click there and you can end listings.
Okay, so the only thing you can't do is cross post.
Exactly.
Now, is that in the works, or is that something that's just really, it's in the works?
No,
Okay.
no, of course. The only problem that I see is everybody promising always that they're going to make a cross-posting application, and then they're always
But it's
defaulting to
hard.
eBay and Etsy. That's been invented long time ago, okay? So what we want to do is focus on marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, Mercari, Tradesy, Grail, everything, anything else, Shopify, how can we do that from the, oh no, sorry, Shopify is already from the phone too. So there is, those are, it's called API connection.
So you're trying to get it where when you do it, it would be for everything inclusively.
Exactly. We're looking at
Okay.
the bigger problem instead of just offering, just the same
Just
thing
a
that
couple.
everybody else is offering. I don't see the benefit on that. And especially, we want to do this differently, and we will figure it out, differently in a way that can be very efficient.
So I wanted to put this up because this is coming from Facebook. So the super chats are only available on the YouTube side of things. I broadcast to Facebook and to YouTube. You can, if you Google search "buy me a coffee," the Nurse Flipper, you'll see that. You can do that. And I want to say I did get some coffee, so I want to thank those people as well as the super chats. I got a $5 coffee from Tammy and from Lynn and Cousin, saying blessings for prayers of the girls and family. And Miss Tammy said thanks for doing this. So thank you guys that are sending coffees too. I'm seeing those come in as well. But on Facebook, there's no option. Either come to YouTube or you can send me a coffee as well through the Buy Me a Coffee site. And I'll add that to this as well. Tom has a question. Tam. Using the basic version of List Perfectly, is there an upgraded feature to indicate one item of a multiple listing is sold and keep the listing for the unsold? So like if they have 3 listed and 1 sold, and actually I've done this, and I think this might be in the update feature. So if I sell 1, if I change my quantity to 2 in my List Perfectly catalog, does that update it on the platforms?
That's right. Wait, quantities? Okay. Yes, quantities.
No, I think what they're asking for is if they update their quantity in List Perfectly, do we automatically?
Oh no! If you change quantities on the List Perfectly catalog, okay. Let's say that you save a listing and you're changing just quantities on the LP catalog, it will not. Okay, automatically change, Tom. You will need, and that comes tonight. Okay, or no, I'm sorry, tomorrow morning maybe when Google approves it. When Google approve it, please. Come on, Google, okay? And and it's gonna be an update button instead of right next to copy and end listing. We're gonna have an update button, and that's how you're gonna fast. Right now, it's
and it would send it out to the platforms and update so that's in this newest one. Okay.
Yes, that is coming tonight or as soon as Google approves it.
Cheryl says, who's willing to come to Omaha? I have a very, very good tutorial video on List Perfectly. And You could come to one of my camps because I'm doing a List Perfectly class at my camp too.
I would love to.
Yeah, I know. I need to. And I will tell you guys too, the people coming to camp already know Clara has graciously, everybody who's coming to my camp is getting a free month of List Perfectly. If you're already joined, you'll get a refund, which is absolutely, again, amazing support. Joel, I gotta give the other one. Joel from American Bubble Boy is also sponsoring my camp and giving everybody a free big roll of bubble wrap. He's giving them a credit so they don't have to fly home with a big roll of bubble wrap.
We all need bubble wrap now. We all need it.
I know. Somebody today, they're like, I was thinking about if I have to bring that on the plane.
Can you vacuum
People
seal
just
it?
carrying bubble wrap. So yeah, both List Perfectly and American Bubble Boy are super supportive in the reseller community, which is really important to me. So yeah. So Cheryl, just come to my camp and then I'll teach you hands-on and you won't have to watch my video. Not Orlando. Orlando's sold out. You have to come to Tennessee now. Tennessee it still has openings.
What about
Let's see. I'm searching. DeMarie Gonzalez, does List Perfectly have anything that could suspend one's ability to use List Perfectly? Or is there like a not do? Is there something they can do that would get them in trouble with List Perfectly and banned from List Perfectly?
Well, yes, we have terms of service, of course. Okay. One of the things, Marie, that is not getting you banned, we don't believe on that. We're resellers. I know what is to be stressed out. I know, okay, what is to not sell and you have the mortgage or the rent due and you're stressed out and then List Perfectly is not working and then the end of the world and you're like, you exploded, right? So I get it. You know how many times people explode in my group and they're like really having a hard time and I don't take it personal, but we're not going to suspend anybody but one thing that really annoys me is when people try to pull a fast one and I'm a reseller. You can't pull a fast one on me on a PayPal case. Okay. We just had a live where a person had the nerve to tell me, okay, oh, I have a ticket number, you haven't answered. They open a PayPal case. What do you do when they open a PayPal case? You stop communication and you communicate only on PayPal. And I told them,
oh, like a chargeback almost.
Yeah. You chose to open a case against me. Talk to me on PayPal, that's it. So that's one thing that unnerves me, but suspending, we don't suspend people. We just frown upon that. No ethics, We're a bootstrap company. I build this perfectly with my reselling income. I have no investor. Any other service you see out there has investors, has digital marketing, has a sales team. We don't have any of that. So the only thing I ask is please, okay, do not use our List Perfectly group to be like, Shopify is not working. Anybody else? It's like, there is
like
no
rally the troops. Yeah. And a lot of things, guys, and I try and tell people this, and this goes for videos, and I can tell you, Julian can tell you, the videos that get the most views are when we're pissed off or something bad happens to us, like my eBay account gets suspended. That is what people like to watch. So that's what's pushed out to you most, is the bad examples of reselling. I really try and keep it positive. I've only had a couple. I had my Mercari one where I ran it, and I did get suspended on eBay. So I do put that out there when it happens to me. But I think in social media, especially Facebook, you're more likely to see the negative, like sales are slow. Who else says sales are slow? Somebody's sales are always slow, guys. They're always slow. Reselling is a roller coaster. So what you're going to see more is going to be negative. It's going to be negative. It's not going to be the positive, because typically when people are happy, they don't want to share it and they don't complain. People want to complain and get others on that train when it's bad. So that's why I think we see it more. Kelly's asking, when shipping international, which one do you mark? eBay International Standard or Priority? So if it's going there, those are two different options. You would need to choose one for your US option and one for your international. So International Standard is going to be the cheapest for the buyer, other than shipping directly yourself. Pirate Ship has a really easy, simple export rate. But I choose eBay International Standard, and it does go priority because it is another, like, it's a third-party company from eBay that you're sending it to their warehouse and they're sending it on to the country where they're going. It's still a third party a lot of times with eBay Standard International. But with global shipping, you have more protection from eBay. Like somebody said, they got their $400 back. You have insurance with Standard International. It's just a little more legwork. You have to fill out paperwork, and it's a little more complicated, where with GSP, you would get your money back if that shipment's lost or it's damaged. But in my experience, most people don't want to pay for GSP unless it's like a rare or expensive item. I know Julian sells a lot of golf clubs GSP. So if it's stuff they can't get in those areas, they're going to be willing to pay it, you know?
Right.
Dave Crookshank, $10. Thank you. May God heal the girls and surround their families with comfort. Bless you, Kat, for helping them, Lori and Dave. Thank you so much, Dave. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And Miss Diane and her Grinch. It's so cute. I love that picture. $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Miss Jerry Frederick, $10 super chat. Guys, we are doing amazing. I'm so happy to be able to help them.
Love
It
and
is.
generosity, and we're gonna match it.
Junk Monkey question: as a seller who last used a different from eBay, it was yahoo.com. As a seller who last used, I don't know what this is saying. Does List Perfectly help with setting up? Oh, they're asking if you're helping setting up maybe for new accounts, I guess, for the platforms.
Thank you for your contribution, Junk Monkey. No, we do not open accounts for you, nor we maintain them, nor we ship for you, or set up messages that you can engage from LP to platforms. You need to do that yourself in every marketplace or platform. We just provide the means for you to list, cross-post, and inventory management from LP.
Yeah, and so I think when I first did it to Etsy, it just prompted me to either sign in or make an account. So if you tried to go to those platforms, I think it'll automatically take you to where you would sign up to get that account. Because List Perfectly, like if you're not signed into Poshmark, you got to sign in. So at that point, it would take you to that landing page to make the account for sure. Oh, let me give Charlie the dolphin for those of you who
Dolphin,
contributed. Charlie, here we go.
Super chat.
Terry, I don't know. Terry actually lives here locally in the area as well. Levy County, off State Road 19, a few miles from my house, a semi truck hit a school bus that was stopped going 75, and 2 young girls were critically injured. They are doing better, but I'm donating all of my super chats tonight, and Miss Clara from List Perfectly is going to match it. So everything I get tonight is going to the girls. Either if I can find directly, I will do it. If not, I will bring it to the PTO, to the school. It's actually on my way to camp. It's on my way to camp. Jennifer Hayes coming. Jennifer is like the moderator that is everywhere you go in reseller chats, guys. Absolutely amazing. She's been doing some jewelry unboxing videos, and she dropped the link to Richard's video. So Jennifer, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Jennifer has been around. I remember the people, and I remember you all, but I specifically remember, I know those that were there when I had 100 and 200 subscribers, because they've been like friends for years now. So I love all my subscribers, but it's so cool to see people that were 3 years ago, you know, when nobody else was watching me. They're still here. They're still here. And Jennifer is another one of those people. So yeah. Denise is asking, does eBay not get payment instead of having to get paid by PayPal? Well, if you're on, some people are not on managed payments, believe it or not. So if you're not on managed payments, then it would be PayPal, but probably 90% of sellers, I think, are on managed payments. Yeah. So with managed payments, they can pay by credit card, by PayPal, but there's only one like money fee from eBay. You wouldn't get double hit by PayPal if you're on eBay's system. But if you're on PayPal still, you would have the PayPal transaction fee, but eBay shouldn't take a fee of that if that's the case. PayPal's still handling your transactions. I think there are not many. There are not many. Richard, thank you for telling everybody, and all of you that helped hide the trolls that I heard came in. Thank you guys that are mods that can help with taking them. They don't come often. I'm lucky. Oh, you grabbed that one, right, Julian?
Yes.
I remember I came in. I'm like getting far because I lost the first hour. I feel like I'm making progress. Let's see. Now I see why it was hard to find questions at that point. Lynn over on Facebook. Did you see this question, Julian?
Nope.
She wants to know, do any of us resell on Amazon?
All right. User, not myself, but user number one of List Perfectly, Teresa Cox, which literally she's the person that literally is one person that it motivates us, and it's a very dear friend and customer and everything for List Perfectly. She sells on Amazon effectively. If you are, we have in List Perfectly a lot of Amazon sellers because you cannot sell returns on Amazon. So what you do is the returns are sold on marketplaces like eBay that allow, to sell stuff with flaws or maybe pre-opened or no packages. And even List Perfectly has support, on bookkeeping for Amazon. The reason we don't integrate yet with Amazon is because it has, if you're going to list natively on Amazon, it's a headache right now. That literally everybody they hire people, to listing natively in Amazon.
It's hard. It's hard.
Like eBay, it's really easy. Let's put it that way. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little complicated right now. So people are hiring a lot of third-party services to get that done.
Yeah. Susan, are you selling on Amazon? Julian, have you?
I have in the past, but not now.
Yeah. So when I started this reselling journey, I have resold off and on since the 90s. This time has been 3 years. When I first started, I was doing about half Amazon and half eBay. And like Clara said, for one, I would only copy listings. So making new listings was out of the question for me, especially for one-off items. And what I ended up deciding was I needed to focus either on eBay or Amazon, because when you're first starting out, those are two big platforms that are completely different as far as what you're sourcing for them, how you sell on them. And I ended up giving up Amazon just because, and I'll tell you, I was doing about 2,000 each on Amazon and eBay. And when I stopped selling on Amazon, my eBay sales went to my $10,000 average because I was concentrating more on eBay. So it really depends on if, as far as Amazon, a lot of it, like Clara said, is new. So if you're doing retail arbitrage, you're buying wholesale, and then there's private label. Mm-hmm. And I have a friend who sold almost $2 million last year that does private label, and he would probably teach me. I have no interest in it. I love finding the old things. I love finding the cool things, the one-off things. So for me, it's not all about money. I mean, I obviously want to make a good income, but I also want to enjoy what I'm doing. And I feel like I would be bored with private label 3 products, and he loves it. He actually goes to Asia and meets with his manufacturers. He absolutely loves it. So it's kind of a different wheelhouse. And I used to do books, but it was so time consuming scanning to find books that were actually worth, sending in. It just wasn't for me. But I wouldn't recommend somebody try and do eBay and Amazon at the same time. I think they're both big platforms and they're beasts. So it's hard. It's hard. Okay, Jeremy has a question for Susan. He said he loves your background. You win the background out of all of us. And he wants to know, what is it and where did you get it?
Oh, so it is just a backdrop. Where did we get this one?
Is it fabric?
It's just fabric. Ready?
It
is fabric.
Thinking it was green screen.
No, we
That's
don't do
cool.
the green screen. So it's all tapestries that we use for our backdrops.
Beautiful.
So,
that is awesome.
I've sourced out of, I was doing a bunch of unboxings from 888 Lots and Bulk. We did get some out of there. We purchased some from Amazon. So I like to use them. And this is one of my favorites. So no green screen.
It's beautiful, Susan.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to put this up here because Clara said to bring him on. Shelly Black, I just heard about Flip today, and I'm wondering how List Perfectly is different or better than that one.
Yeah, so you know what I know, okay, is that Flip, okay, came from one of the Vendu or whatever, I think that whatever it is. So what I can tell you right now is our flow is the way you list. In what I've heard about people going to Flip and then coming back to List Perfectly. We came back and they're like, we came back, okay? It's all about the listing flow and about how we can give you different options to list versus giving you a certain way to list. And that's what is List Perfectly is about, giving you maybe options to list in your way, or maybe implement templates, or then, you know, maybe use different devices. And that's the main difference that I found, you know, with Flip. And, you know, it is a new company trying to figure out their own path, and with a different, certainly a different journey from List Perfectly, and a different purpose and mission and vision.
Perfect. All right, here they're hitting you. They're hitting you. When is List Perfectly going to separate sold items from active ones?
What?
Like in the catalog, I guess they're asking if there'll be like a separate section for like my listings, maybe ended listings and active ones. That's what I'm thinking. I delete mine when they sell. I delete mine out of my List Perfectly catalog is what I do.
So I am not understanding. Separated listings is not that you have a melange of listings and List Perfectly catalog. You don't know what is sold from active. You know, it's very clear.
Is there a way to filter that? I delete mine out. Is there a way to? There's a way to filter.
Oh, I love it. Thank you for asking. So if you go to List Perfectly YouTube channel, okay, you're going to see that with the latest live that we did with Amanda, okay, it's about filters. And it's so beautiful because you can select, okay, from active listing, then you can do solds, not sold in a platform, but sold in a platform, active in a platform, and you can combine that, okay. Mandy? You have a default setting right in your account to filter out you're not sold. And Kat, you know, when you said that you delete your listings, don't do that. Why do you do that? You know,
because they're gone, so I don't want them there because they're gone.
There is an extension setting, okay? In account settings, okay? If you go to account on List Perfectly upper right on the platform, and then you click account, and then you go into account settings, there is a setting that tells you to hide or not show the sold listings. Done.
Okay, so when I mark it sold and end it on the platforms, it'll go away. Because see, what happens is I end them on the platforms and mark it sold, and then my mom comes in and puts it back. That's why I delete them.
I love it.
If I could make sure they're hidden, then that would be okay. But that's why I personally, I'm like, get it off so mom doesn't go.
Perfect. So send us a message.
What happens?
In the account, okay, I go right now, you know, if you go to, oh my God, I'm going right now. Oof. Okay. Get out here, account.
While you're looking, I'm gonna put this up real quick.
I'm doing it by heart, you know, right now. My account, then we go to the tab. There is gonna be subscriptions, referral, payments, and settings. You go to settings, and then you scroll down, and then it says, in the middle says all listings or not sold listings. I'm gonna make a screen print of
not sold.
Okay. And then I'm gonna put it on the List Perfectly group.
I need them to like go away because otherwise I'm like, Mom,
I'll post it on their file if you want. Okay, I posted whatever you want.
No, that'll work.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Julie is asking me if there is any chance of a camp closer to California. So I have the Tennessee camp in May, and I've kind of went over this because I have a lot of West Coast viewers. There are a couple of hurdles for me as far as the West Coast. One is I'm a driver. I do not like to fly. And that would be over 3 days just in driving to get to the West Coast. And then on top of that, I think finding a place to host an event like I'm doing, I'm getting like bigger like homes, 14, 16 bedroom homes. I think the cost of it on the West Coast would probably be insane and more than I would want to pay and more than I would want to charge somebody. So I think the cost of that, I've looked into Missouri and Kentucky. Those might be I'm trying to get to the middle. I'm trying because those are like 10, 12 hours for me, and I'm okay with that. So I'm conscious that I have a lot of West Coast viewers. So I'm trying to get to the middle. Tennessee was like my little half attempt. I'm like, I'm moving to the West some, but I think probably like Missouri, like your middle stuff is probably the furthest. And especially with Dalton starts school in August, and that's going to change my world completely. And that will probably put it to where, unless it's like spring break, I'll only be able to do Florida camps, within a couple hours drive, because Dalton will have school. So we're adding multiple factions to this. It's changing. Oh my gosh, we're 10 minutes over. Okay, I'm going to find one more question. And there is Eric. Eric has also, he says he remembers the early YouTube days. Eric has also been around since the beginning of my channel. He is absolutely amazing. He has a great channel too, OBX Picker. What day are they doing their lives, Julian? Wednesdays?
They do it Tuesday.
Tuesday morning, though. Tuesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So they do a Tuesday morning reseller hangout over on OBX Picker. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. And thank you all, guys. I don't know if John's still there. Do we have a grand tally? Anyone?
Jumped. I got it.
Final donation, $1,100. I'm going to write this down. $1,169.89. Plus I got $10, so $11.79, because I got the 2 coffees, $89. So 23. What will it be? $59.78. That is absolutely amazing.
Nice.
John, that's why he's called John More Income. He's like
More income.
He showed John. I don't know if John's making videos. John was around at the beginning too, and he did a lot of like side hustle videos, like Instacart and like all the different ways you could make money, which was cool. I don't know if he's still making videos though, but John, thank you so much. Absolutely amazing night, you guys. I'm gonna find one more question we will answer, and then I'll let these ladies tell you goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe. This is a good question. It's the last one for Miss Clara while you guys have her, and Amanda again will be on with us later in the year. Alicia Stubbs, does List Perfectly keep track of funds and fees like a place where financial info is available, including cost of goods and differences in postage paid by the buyer and actual postage? If you're saying yes, I really do not know what I have and I'm not using it. That is all.
Yes, we can keep track of funds.
Wait, hold on. I need the volume up.
I love it. So yes, we provide data analytics with our business and pro plans. And right next to when you list, okay, or whether I think you list natively on eBay, right, Kat?
I do.
Bueno, okay, and then you import from eBay to LP, right?
To the catalog, and then they go out.
So once you're done with your imports, before you cross post, Kat, you can enter that data, or after you sell, okay, the item, for example, you can enter the MSRP or the cost of goods, okay, before you cross post. And then once it sells right now, and this is what Amanda was talking like a couple of minutes ago, right now, after it sells, it's you coming and putting sold, right? And then you tell us what marketplace, and then we end it in the all 11 platforms.
Right.
And then you enter your cost of goods, right? Or what final sold price and shipping and whatever it is. Now List Perfectly is going to start gathering that automatically.
That is yeah. So I'm totally underutilizing this, but for me, see, with mom listing, doing the importing, she doesn't know my cost of goods. So that would be an extra step for me. So if I know my numbers, but that sounds like a really good feature, especially for those of you wanting to track your cost of goods. And if you're doing everything yourself, like you could really keep track of like your fees and how much you're paying. And for like, I don't lie. You guys know that I shoot straight. Like for me, I don't know because I would have to go back after mom imported everything and put in all of that. And I don't know that I care enough. But a lot of people ask me about keeping track of that stuff, and I did not know that was available. So that's really good to know it's available for those of you. Like I said, it's totally different when you're a one-man show who you know all of your stuff going on. So you could, when you're putting in List Perfectly, put your numbers, but I am not. My mom is doing it. So yeah, I'm like, but that is amazing. But I can. You're saying though, so I'm the one that ends them all. So I can put that information in though when I end it.
That's right.
So see, that might be a good thing for me because I end them all.
Very soon, we're going to do it for you. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Well, but I would need to put in my cost of goods once it's sold. Okay.
You can do that before. You can do it after. Okay. Your mom, let's say your mom imports. Who does the cross posting? You, right? Or your
mom? Oh, my
your
mom.
Okay. So is there any ways that your mom, after she does the import, maybe you provide her with a list, okay? And then you say,
I never know what she's doing. Like, that's why I said, that's why I've been deleting them, because she'll go put something on eBay twice. And I'm like, there's quirks. There's quirks to it. I'm not going to lie.
Of hiding the solds is going to help you. So
yeah, that will help. But I mark
everyone
once they're sold. So if I can go through a sold list, then I would be able to put it in then, because I'm the one who goes into List Perfectly, which now it's being done manually. But I could still go to like my sold listings every day and say, here's my cost of goods. That could be like a habit that I could go in and do it on the back end.
And the best part is that we're going to give you a graphic, okay, which is going to your monthly or yearly that you're going to see per channel, okay, what you sell best, and then you can analyze what sells best per channel, okay, what products do sell best per channel. And you're going to see, that's why I was telling you, Susan, if you can do the A/B test sometimes, list the same product, hide the tag and with no tag, okay, and see what works best for your audience, because what maybe your audience, Susan, will not like the tag, and then Kat's audience will love the tag, and it's just incredible. You never know what they want. Buyers is unknown.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm gonna make Clara big and then Miss Susan big again. Thank you all for the donations. I will bring that Friday to the families, either directly to the families or to the school, to the PTO Foundation. And yeah, subscribe to these ladies. Here's Miss Clara. So Clara, if you want to tell them like List Perfectly, like what you guys are throwing out on the channel, and I know you do some lives over there in the podcast and stuff, that way they'll kind of know what to look for from you guys.
All right. So yeah, List Perfectly has a YouTube channel. Like I said, we don't have a sales team nor do digital marketing. Everything is organic. Every Friday, I go live with Amanda and ask us anything. Okay. And then we have other tutorials and quick videos. Like, for example, the list with your phone. Okay. Or the things, apply templates to your listings, or maybe a hybrid listing, like I told Kat, from List Perfectly with the sell similar of eBay.
Perfect. All right, Miss Susan, I see you yawning. I'm going to tell on you.
No. I'm sorry. No, I worked all morning, and then I had.
No, I'm not blaming you. I was just tattling on you. I didn't put you on mid-yawn, though. I was like, I'm not going to do that to her.
I had to do homework with my son. So, yeah, you'll be dealing with that in the next year. He's 6 years old in kindergarten. Be 7 years old in September. So gotta do that and work my full time in the morning. So, but yeah, I got a busy week this week, just as you do, Kat. Maybe not as busy as you, but it's still busy. Tomorrow night, I am going to be live on Dom Primetime Treasure Hunters channel. I'm going to be doing the live auction with him. That's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So obviously I have a YouTube channel, Vintage Vagabond Vends. Thursday I have a brooch unboxing video. And then Sunday I have my live sales that I do. That's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's always fun and interactive, but always bringing stuff and always doing stuff. I'm busy, just like you.
I know. Speaking of that, don't forget my live sale tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Yvonne Thrifty Rich. And then my second part of my jewelry video which everybody has loved, which I'm so happy about because I love doing them. So I love to see a good response. Part 2 will be out at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch it after if you go to Dom and Susan. And a lot of people are like, don't you know George is on? It's really hard with so many YouTube channels. We're going to conflict sometimes. You'll have to, like, if you want to go buy things, go to hers and watch mine later. It will still be there, I promise you. Again, I want to give a special thanks to More Income. He already sent me a spreadsheet with all of the donations in my name. John,
and thank you, everybody. I know Kat said it, everybody else said
Yes.
it. Thank you, everybody, for all your donations. It's going to a great
a
cause.
lot. It means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. We will. Oh, hold on. Let me tell you who's on next Tuesday. I always like. It's the 5 million things going on. Next week looks like it is going to be Danny, the niche lady, and Tiffany Thrifting Vegas.
Oh,
Danny. So, we will see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your week. I will see everybody tomorrow somewhere. Bye, guys.
Yeah.